Lisa. I'm a part-time master's student at UCL studying my MSc in Global Governance and Ethics. Hope you enjoy the video. So today I'm making this video, advice for part-time students. For me, doing my master's part-time was like a really, really big decision. I had no idea whether to do it or not, and when I tried to reach out to other people, to find other students in general, like even outside my network who were studying part-time, I couldn't really find anybody. Hopefully this will be really useful for other students wanting to apply for a part-time master's like myself, or part-time any kind of degree. So I completed my undergrad in 2020 and it's now 2025. So I started my part-time degree in 2023. So it was like a 3-year gap that I had from doing my undergrad and starting my master's, which, I mean, it's still quite a short amount of time, but I did find that most people in my course at UCL when I started doing my master's were a year or 2 out or 0 years out. And I really did need those 3 years to kind of decide what I wanted to do, what direction I wanted to go in. And then by the time it came for me to apply to it, I'd been working full-time for 3 years. I got myself in a situation of financial security, let's say. I mean, I wasn't like earning loads of money, like pretty much entry-level role in a charity, but enough security that I managed to save money over the previous few years. 90% of my reasoning for studying part-time or choosing to study part-time was financial. I just wasn't able to afford to do the degree full-time. Maybe I would have been able to afford if I'd done it at like a cheaper institution or a different city, but I was already in London. I really wanted to go to UCL. I believed it would benefit my career, and I just really wanted to learn the subject that I'm doing. So I was working Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and very, very privileged and grateful that my work allowed me to go down to 4 days a week instead of 5 days a week. But yeah, I figured out that I would have been able to survive for 2 years working part-time. Not working part-time the full time, like over the summer and breaks, I did work full-time, but part-time during term time. Yes, I was going to be skint, but I thought it was worth it. Obviously, I compare myself to other people at UCL, and I'm like, how are they affording to do it full-time and not work? But on the flip side, there are so many people who wouldn't even have the chance to come to an institution like UCL. So I'm very grateful that I even managed to get here. So I am coming to the end of my 2-year degree. I'm in the second semester of my second year. And the 2 years have been very different. I guess I just want to kind of get right into them. My top tips from what I found my 2 years studying. I'll try and go into a bit into the nuances as well of my own personal experiences. So it's not just like a standard list of things to do. Hopefully me situating myself within the advice can kind of help you to see how you might navigate these situations as well. So my first big tip will come as no surprise, but it is to organise your time, particularly if you're part-time and like me, also work a lot alongside or have other responsibilities alongside. Organising my time was so necessary for me. I mean, I'm an organised person anyway. A big thing that I didn't think about when I was applying to come to UCL was that uni isn't just writing essays and going to lectures and doing your reading. I forgot about everything else that comes alongside it. I forgot about going to office hours. I forgot about all the extra-curriculars. I mean, particularly in my department, so political science, like there are loads of things going on in the department all the time. And I just don't think I would have been able to do a lot of that stuff if I didn't organise my time. And particularly when I say organise your time, I mean prioritise. Like, block out times where you're going to do specific things and don't allow yourself to do anything else. So 3 hours for this module, 3 hours reading for this module. I don't know, one Saturday a week, block out time to do essay writing or dissertation preparation or something like that. And then it allows you to kind of block out free time for other activities as well. I'm not going to go into depth here about how to plan your time. I would just suggest maybe watching some, if you're not a very good planner, I would suggest watching some videos about how to schedule your time effectively. I think that kind of links nicely to the second tip that I have, which is get involved with your extracurriculars. So this was a really, really big one. And as I said previously, it's something that I just kind of completely forgotten about when I was applying for uni. I was like, uni, get my degree, learn stuff, get a certificate, go get a career. I forgot about everything else that comes with that. My department has careers talks every week. There's like academic skills training, which I'm sure your department will also have. Like volunteering opportunities to apply for, job opportunities to apply for, talks and seminars and lectures that you get access to at UCL. There are like exercise things. There's Project Active. Is that what it's called? Anyway, I just get so many emails every week with things like, oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do that. And like having those emails and knowing that a lot of them I can't take part in can be really, really frustrating. But I do think it is important to actually allow yourself to take part in some of those. I mean, obviously that's kind of why I said the plan your time thing, because once you've planned your time, then you can actually start to do the fun things as well and the extracurricular things. And more than anything, I've really got a value for money out of my degree. Like, we are spending a lot of money on these degrees, and it does seem a bit ridiculous for like a couple of contact hours a week that you're spending X amount, but that isn't what you're spending the amount on. There's so many resources available in the institution. There's so many things to do, and you really should take advantage of them. That is one of the main reasons why you're here. One of the reasons I did apply to study part-time is because I wanted access to the institution for the 2 years. I kind of saw it as I was getting more for my money, that I was spending the same amount as someone who was studying full-time, but it was split across 2 years, and I had 2 years access to the institution. One thing I'm very, very grateful for, and that my first year, my cohort was so, so lovely. I got along with them really well, and I did prioritize trying to get to know the cohort. I'm really glad I did that, because I haven't done that in my second year. I'll kind of talk a bit about the differences between my first year and second year in a bit. But yeah, they really helped me get through that first year, particularly because, as I said, I was 3 years out of uni. I did feel a bit like, well, it was a bit over 3 years. I just felt like I just didn't remember how to be a student. And a lot of them have come straight from undergrad. So I used to ask them questions like, oh, how do you take your notes? How do you, I don't know, manage your time? So I really, really did need the kind of backup from my peers to ask them questions. And not just questions about kind of like organizational, admin, uni related stuff. It was also like the substantive content in my modules. Obviously, every course is different. I understand that. And you might find it difficult to make friends and to meet your peers if you're really, really busy. I have this year. But something I did in my first year, which was kind of crazy considering how limited in time I was, I joined our cohort's society committee, and I organised our trip abroad. It was so stressful at the time. I was so busy at work, really busy trying to navigate uni and do well, but I really, really, really wanted to make friends, and I really wanted to make the most out of uni. So I did join the committee. No regrets other than, well, the whole time I was doing it, I think I regretted it. But once the trip was over, it went really, really well. I didn't regret it after that. I was really proud that I'd organised it. And it really did help me meet people, because obviously these people are in uni like 4 or 5 days a week usually, whereas I would only come in a day and a half. So, and then that's another big thing. When I was in uni, I wasn't there to socialise. So going to committee meetings once a week did allow me that time to kind of like, that was like my time set aside to socialise, but also obviously do something that's like interesting, build skills and stuff. So, but yeah, so I haven't taken part in any extracurriculars, and it has felt very different. It's felt lonely, but yeah, I'm at the stage where I kind of do want to get it done, and I really, really do want to prioritize doing well. But it has been a bit of a shame that I don't really have a lot of people to connect with. I mean, the people in my seminars are really, really lovely, and I really enjoy going to those and speaking to people. But other than that, it's pretty much just me. But yeah, I do really think that being connected to other people at the institution is really, really important, however you do it. The next one is to enjoy the city. I would say that I was lucky in the sense that I already lived in London when I started my degree. So I already had connections, I already have friends, I already had a job in London, I already kind of knew my area of London well. And that kind of helped me in that, like, I wasn't thinking, oh my God, like I don't have enough time to explore this city. I've just moved somewhere new and I don't know the city. So I appreciate if you are moving to London to do a part-time master's and you're busy with work or caring commitments or whatever else you're doing, it might feel quite daunting. I just think there are so many things that London can offer. And I guess as important as it is to kind of really involve yourself in the university life and make the most of the money you're spending, it's just such a great city, and there's so many things to do outside of university. And other than the kind of like the odd few talks I went to, and society stuff, most of my life was just like in the wider London. Like if I didn't have any seminars or any contact hours, I'll do my work in like a local cafe instead of going onto campus. If you are really, really busy, I feel like uni and work and whatever you're doing can feel like your whole life. There are ways to kind of enjoy the city and also have time for that. So an example would be, one day I really wanted to explore the city, but I also had loads of uni work to do. So I went to the British Library. They have a working area, they have a cafe. Loads of museums have that as well, and they have Wi-Fi, public Wi-Fi. You can just go and sit there. There are so many events on in London. There are gigs, there are arts and culture things. My last piece of advice is just to rest, decompress. If you really, really, really are just feeling overwhelmed with it all, you can just allow yourself a break. There have been times I've not managed to do everything I wanted to do in a week, and I've prioritized watching a Netflix series and having a day off. And like, that is okay. I mean, burnout is the worst thing ever. It's really easy to put ourselves down for not being productive enough, but you're literally juggling so much already by doing a part-time degree and doing something else alongside it. So allow yourself to rest. Be proud of yourself for doing so much. Like my first year, I was like trying to do everything. As I said, making loads of friends, making sure I did really, really well. I was like looking up all the extracurriculars and doing everything. And I definitely had a few instances where I was like, oh my gosh, like I just can't do this anymore. I'm feeling really overwhelmed. A big thing for me has been the gym. But resting and decompressing for you might mean enjoying some of the things that London has to offer. It might mean doing nothing, exercising. But yeah, you're doing this degree for too long to not focus on your kind of health and well-being. So definitely allow yourself that time. I really hope this has been useful for people who are watching it. I really think it's actually been useful for me personally to look back at my time at uni and think about what I did well, remind myself that I should be really proud. But good luck to anyone applying to university to go to study part-time, if that's what you're doing right now. Or if you are, like me, a current part-time student, I know you're doing amazingly. Well done, be proud of yourself.